All right, let's talk a little bit about T-Mobile's Binge On. T-Mobile and YouTube came to an agreement, so YouTube is now part of the Binge On program. If you're a T-Mobile subscriber and you are watching this on your mobile phone, it's YouTube content, so it doesn't count against your data plan. Congratulations. I'll back up a step in case you're not a T-Mobile subscriber or you just haven't stayed up on what Binge On is. Binge On's a program that T-Mobile introduced a while back that lets you stream video, stream content from the providers that are part of the program without it counting against your data plan. So Netflix, Hulu, a number of other services, you can watch 24/7. They don't count against your data, and you're all good. You can binge on. One of the problems with Binge On, two things. One problem with Binge On, even for the services that are part of it, is that the data was transmitted, video streams were transmitted by default at DVD level quality, which was a sticking point for YouTube because YouTube wants its content to look as good as possible. It has a lot of HD content. It's trying to do 4K content, and it wants that content to be transmitted as it was meant to be seen. So the concession T-Mobile did is that the streaming providers, so YouTube, Netflix, whoever, now have control over that. They can decide, what compression level or what resolution to transmit the video at. So that is an improvement. I still maintain that Binge On and Verizon's Go 90 and whatever AT&T is calling their similar service, in my opinion, they all violate net neutrality. At the very least, they violate the spirit of net neutrality, if not the letter of the law. In the case of T-Mobile, my issue is that while you have Binge On enabled, you can watch the streaming services that are part of Binge On all you want without accounting against your data. That's great. They're not charging you extra for it. They're not, so it's a gray area when it comes to net neutrality. But what they are doing is downgrading or throttling all of the video services that are not part of Binge On. And to me, that's a direct violation. You are giving preferential treatment to certain traffic, and you're making business deals. You're making backroom arrangements with the YouTubes and the Netflixes and the Hulus, and those guys get to be watched 24/7 without counting against your data plan, while the companies that don't want to be a part of your Binge On not only count against your data plan, but as long as you're subscribed to Binge On, the stream sucks because it's slow, and so it's almost a double negative. So I'm not a fan of Binge On or the other services like that. That's my opinion. I'm open to having that opinion changed if you can explain it to me in a way that makes sense. T-Mobile CEO John Legere tried to explain why he thinks Binge On isn't a violation of net neutrality, and I wrote an article flatly disagreeing with his explanation because his explanation relies on a definition of net neutrality that he invented, that has a semantic condition in there regarding user choice. But again, he made up that definition to basically fit what he wants net neutrality to be, not what net neutrality actually is. So I don't agree with him. And again, I think if you're a T-Mobile customer, by all means, use Binge On, watch Netflix all day, keep watching all my videos on YouTube. They're free. But I'm not a T-Mobile customer, and if I was, I would still feel like you're if not violating, at least going right up to that line, really towing the line on net neutrality. And I might be inclined to make an issue out of the fact that, well, what if I want to watch a service that's not in Binge on? And again, T-Mobile's response is, if you disable Binge on, you can turn off Binge on. And if you disable it, then all your streaming is not throttled and they're all treated equally. And that's the part John Laguerre throws in there, that you have the choice. You as the user have the choice to disable Binge on and not have the throttling. So I don't know. Like I said, I think that's semantic and still violates net neutrality, but that's just me. Regardless, in the meantime, you can watch my videos on YouTube all you want on your T-Mobile mobile phone. So have at it.